Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome back to your source for Universal News and Mysteries. Larry here with an update on that DOD leak showing a UFO hovering over a military installation. If you want to check it out, my first video, a reaction to the video, it's right here up at the top. I also got a pretty cool moon clip for you guys. But first I'm going to start with this one because there's been a lot of questions as to what this object is, who released it, and what happened to them. But first, I just wanted to give a shout out to my little buddy Gavin. It's his 11th birthday today. Happy birthday, buddy. May all your Pokemon dreams come true. So, okay guys, back to this video. If you haven't heard, McLeod and Debunked.org have already said that this video has been debunked, and that it's a 747 landing at a nearby airport, creating a light anomaly called a bokeh or a bokeh, and the camera is out of focus. Now I don't know if Mick is watching this on a Motorola Razr, but I can tell you with all sincerity, from the bottom of my heart, I'm watching this on a 92-inch screen, and this is in no way, shape, or form an out of focus light anomaly from a 747. This is what I believe to be an extremely focused and some sort of unmanned drone, maybe advanced military tech or alien, that has features that maybe some of you can't see on a smaller screen. So I'm going to go ahead and draw them out for you. Also, this was relayed to myself through comments on my first video, that this video was uploaded to Reddit. There was a lot of questions about this, originally by an Air Force employee and longtime member of our UFO and our military. I wasn't given his name for many reasons, I'm sure. The video was deleted by Reddit, at which time he was told to go dark. He since has deleted his account and has not been heard from since. So there's a little bit of mystery behind this one. So first, before we break this object down, let's go ahead and take another look at this video and then come back.
Yeah, I can just cut it. Right? It disappears. This is at 16 times speed. You can see it fly over the horizon. I'm going to slow it down here. Now it's just halted in midair. Then shortly I zoom in. This is where I notice it. I'm going to pause here. And that's the object that I zoomed in on. I'm going to play it again. I zoom back out because I really can't believe what I'm seeing. So I zoom back in, and as I zoom back in, it disappears there. It just fades out. And so I zoom back out to make sure that's just not a camera issue. And then it reappears. So I zoom back in immediately, and there it is again. And then as I zoom in the second time, or third time, it disappears again. And unfortunately on this phone camera, you can't see it, but it fades off gently to the right. It's very pixelated on this camera. And so I sit here for a second and wait for it to come back, and it doesn't. But it was sitting there for around 4 minutes, and as soon as I started observing it, it disappeared. And I monitored this camera for the rest of the night, and it never came back. So hopefully we can...
Yeah, so what do you guys think? Does that look like an out of focus light anomaly to you guys? Do you think that's a 747? I for sure don't. First, I drew out this picture of what I'm seeing on my large theater screen, and it's a craft that appears to be made of light. It's some sort of diamond shaped, or as I like to say, genie in the bottle. It has visible texture and structure right here where I drew these lines, and is rotating counterclockwise to the right at a high rate of speed. Light anomaly says, to me that's just bunk. Now where I drew the star here, this is where I keep noticing a flash of light. The craft then disappears, it moves quickly, it drops altitude, it shows characteristics of possibly being interdimensional and definitely has some sort of anti-gravity device. With no noticeable propulsion, this moves around like I said and then disappears to the right. It's being recorded off another screen that if you look at, from time to time it'll say 8x, 4x, 2x. At first, some of us thought this may be being slowed down or sped up in some way, but I do believe this to actually be the zoom on the camera. Now I will say I do believe Mick and debunkers on one thing. I do believe they're correct about this. This video was recorded and is from a security camera at Pittsburgh Airport showing a USAF Reserve C-17 hangar of the 911th Air Wing. But yeah, light anomaly, I'm just not buying it. I'm sticking with what I see with my eyes, but if you would like to read their story, I'm going to go ahead and leave a link below for you. As much as I believe the non-believers will never see anything, the true believers, we will always see something. For the most part, I'm kind of an in-between guy. I know there's something out there. The government, well, they kind of admit it. Of course, if you really want the truth, you're not going to have much luck there. Just scraps dusted off the table to shut us up for another 50 years. But that's not going to happen here at Interstellar Happenings. We're committed to the cause and trying to figure out what's up there watching and keep forcing their hand. The work by this community is the only reason there's Congress hearings to begin with. If it wasn't for us believers like you and me, we would still be calling these things weather balloons. And we know now these are not weather balloons or light anomalies. These are serious sightings that need to be looked at and discussed and shared around the web. So take this video. Let the community see it. Don't let them forget. The government, the paid debunkers, they need to be put in their place. But again guys, that's all I really have on this video right now. I'll let you know if I get any more updates or they become available for this incredible sighting. So now I'm going to move on to my moon footage. I came across this video the other night on Our Moon on Reddit. It wasn't posted as any kind of UFO footage, but as space junk being sucked in by the moon. Which I can honestly say this is not space junk hitting the moon. At first glance it appeared to me to be a beautiful view of what looked like to be satellites passing in front of the moon. There was no shadows and I almost gave up. And that's when I noticed something strange. Right up there near the right hand corner of your screen. I do not see an object causing this, but there is a clear-cut night and day shadow crossing the moon. Go ahead and take a look. So what do you guys think? Pretty cool, right? Like I said, no object here, but this shadow calls into question all these round objects flying through the moon's path. You can see it obviously crosses over canyons as the shadow changes shape. This is not CGI or anything like that, guys, but something is here that we cannot see, and it's flying very closely to the moon, and whatever it is would have to be massive to make such a large shadow. I mean, what do you think? Are all these objects close to the moon, or are they satellites that just happen to pass at the right time to show us this nice catch of something truly flying in the moon's path? Because satellites would not make a shadow like this, guys. Not on the moon. Only something extremely close to the moon would cause this, and Artemis was cancelled, so it's not that. Maybe all the aliens up there are preparing to meet the drone on the dock. I don't know. But whatever it is, it's another video that needs to be seen. So share it with your friends and family, and help out my little channel. Help the algorithm push me up higher in the rankings. Like this video, share it, get the word out, and talk about it. And don't forget, if you're new here, there's something called a subscribe button. It's right up there, just hit it. Help me retire and bring more content to this channel. Do all that and I promise you, you will be getting more Interstellar Happenings.